George the steamroller was waiting for
Dirty Percy
to take him to a new workplace. George was being just worn out rails on worn out wheels. You need replied Scarloey, and we're helping you. I need to flatten the retorted George. Then Percy arrived to take George away. He was still rebelling. Roads, they're no good. Turn them into railways. The little engines were pleased to see him go. George grumbled all the way to the old branch line. He was going to turn it into a
smudger.
When they arrived, George was rude again. Bumpy, I'm glad it's over. So am I, said Percy. Huffed George. Percy was still when he met Thomas. What's up, Percy? I believe he's gimme. Just ignore him, puffed Thomas. George was now enjoying himself. Ripping up rails, he chortled. What do you think of this, Thomas? Oh, no. I'll show him who's boss. At last, the workmen reached the level crossing. What shall we do here?
You must die,
said George. So they did, but not properly, and George knew it. Later, Thomas was traveling home on the same line. He was pulling freight cars filled with The signalman had forgotten to warn his driver about the crossing. That's nice. We don't need to stop, said Thomas happily. But it was too late. Next day, Percy told Gordon all about George.
Huh, snorted Gordon. You're just a That's why he's rude to you. He wouldn't dare cause me any trouble.
George had been taken to some yards to work. Duck arrived with a train of empty freight cars. George was blocking his way, and a car was stuck on the main line.
Oh, dear,
demanded Duck. You'll just have to wait, replied George.
Oh, dear. Looks like you two got some of the bad coal that arrived today.
Then he'll have to wait too, said George. Duck's driver went to complain to the station master, but the signalman had set the signal to allow Gordon to speed. His passengers were singing his and he was making express time.
I'm the Just watch me
die.
He whistled long and loud as he approached the station. Suddenly, he saw a freight car on the line ahead.
Get out of my way!
But the freight car wouldn't move. Gordon forced it. By accident. Gordon was worried that Sir Topham Hatt would be... He was. Whoever caused this disturbance will have to
Die!
And he did, a few days later. Look who's said Thomas. George had been found by Sir Topham Hatt and punished. He looked Now we'll get some peace, said Percy. I want to get rolling again, but I've got to wait a whole week till I do. And then you'll be just as rude as ever. Hey, George? I hope not. Don't you?